Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Good afternoon and Roll Tribe, ICC fans, and welcome to Game 1 between ICC and Gordon State here in Fulton, Mississippi. We do want to say a special hello to those that are watching in support of Gordon State this afternoon. We hope you guys are having a great day, as a little partly cloudy before we get ready for this First American National Bank opening pitch between your number 2 ICC Indians and the Gordon State College Highlanders. Hello, everyone. I'm Adam Gore. As we're just moments away from that First American National Bank opening pitch, as we just mentioned there, let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups, and let's start with the visiting Highlanders. They come in with a record of 5-4 on the year, and this is how they'll start the ball game this afternoon. Rebecca Cooper will lead things off. She'll be the DP. Rebecca Graham will be in center field. She'll be batting second. Kayla Bishop, she'll be at second base, batting third. Batting fourth will be Kenzie Jones. She'll be the shortstop. Batting fifth will be Kelsey Harris. She'll be at third base. Batting sixth and catching will be Jada Thornton. Batting seventh and playing in right field will be Taylor Corley. And then batting eighth and playing first base will be Chandler Mitchell. And batting ninth, playing in left field, will be Kylie Hoseman. The flex player today will be the pitcher, Victoria Neal. She's 2-1 on the year. Let's go inside some Sonic stats and learn more about today's Game 1 pitcher. As we mentioned, 2-1 on the year. She does have a save. She's pitched 28 2/3 innings, has given up 33 hits, 18 runs, 15 of those are earned. She's walked 6, has struck out 15, and enters today's contest with a 3.66 ERA. That is your Sonic stats there on Game 1 pitcher for Gordon. That's Miss Victoria Neal. For ICC, it'll be the usual suspects in their Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup. ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination, and Coach Andy Kirk hopes he has that same winning combination put together here in Game 1. ICC enters 8-0 in the year and number 2 in the country, tying their highest ranking ever as a program. Hannah Henry will start us off. She'll be playing second base. Batting second and playing in center field will be Mackenzie Patterson. You've got Kara Hayes, who will be catching. She'll be batting third. Batting fourth will be the DP, Caroline Clark. Batting fifth, playing third base, will be Haley Alberson. Batting sixth will be the pitcher, Madison Jenkins. We'll go over her Sonic stats here in a moment. Rain Rippey will be playing at first base. She'll be batting seventh. Batting eighth will be Connor Stevens. She'll be in right field. And Katie Boatner will be batting ninth, and she'll be the shortstop. The flex player will be Sarah Kate Thompson. She'll be out in left field. As we talked about, it is the Delta State signee, Madison Jenkins getting the start here in game one for ICC. Let's take a look at some Sonic stats on Madison. She is 3-0 in the year, has pitched 23 2/3 innings, has given up 19 hits, 9 runs, 7 of those earned. She has walked 5, struck out a team-high 29, and has a 2.07 ERA. Those are your Sonic stats there on today's game one starter for your Indians, Madison Jenkins. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll go to the field for the official starting lineups and the playing of the national anthem right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
You're not gonna believe what just... You bought a Coca-Cola with 0 sugar?
Yeah, why?
Come on, it has 0 sugar.
Yep, and it's delicious.
I don't believe it.
Just try something new. You'll love it.
This does taste great.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed, attach images to your transactions, apply travel notices to your account, and make person-to-person payments. You can even set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or just to monitor your account balance. The best part is that you can bank anytime, anywhere. At First American National Bank, get that hometown feel, the high-tech touch.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're moments away. I say we're moments away. Typically, we're having the meeting of our coaches right about now, but the umpires, well, they're here. They just haven't made their way to the field yet, or actually they're on their way. Good. So they're walking up now. So we're, again, just moments away from that First American National Bank opening pitch. First American National Bank is a proud supporter of their local communities and Itawamba Community College. They have locations serving you from Iuka to Tupelo. Just follow the flag to the First American National Bank location nearest you. This is the Davis Ford pregame show. I'm Adam Gore. I want to remind you, if you're looking for your next new or used automobile, stop by 904 West Main Street right here in Fulton to experience the Davis Ford difference. I know they've been getting in some of those new Broncos. I hate to say on the fence, but I've got a car that's paid for, and it's on its last wheel. And I know when I do get ready to pull that trigger, I will be heading to Davis Ford for sure to get my next ride there. We're in the ICC Alumni Association broadcast booth. We do encourage you to visit iccms.edu/alumni to find out how you can help support Itawamba Community College by joining the ICC Alumni Association. We've also already given you today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. We'll recap those here in a moment when we go back to the field. But Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works is proud to sponsor ICC Athletics here on the ICC Sports Network, and they're also proud to support Itawamba Community College. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. We talked about the starting numbers for both the pitchers today. Those stats were brought to you by the Sonic of Fulton. They're also a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. And do remind you that it's always happy hour when you order from the Sonic app. You can get a half-price drink or slush thanks to the Sonic app there. Melissa Dunn and all the fine folks out at the Sonic here in Fulton. Well, once again, we're going to be waiting for the umpires to kind of come out and talk things over here. Yeah, so that means I get a free microphone to kind of kill a little bit of time. For those ICC fans, this is the first time we've played Gordon, I believe, here at ICC, and I believe overall we may have played them in a scrimmage during the fall, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But for those that are wondering where Gordon State College is, it's in Barnesville, Georgia, which I want to say is about an hour and a half, maybe an hour 45 from Fulton. If you're looking for it, and I'm just going off the top of my head, of course, everybody knows where Atlanta is. You just jump on 41, go south towards Macon. And I want to say it's closer. It's not halfway between the two. I want to say it's closer to Macon than it is Atlanta. So yeah, that's where Gordon State College is located. So a little geography lesson, a little softball 101 as well for those watching here on the ICC Sports Network. The umpires, they're going over the bat list right now, going to check everything and make sure it's good to go. And when we come back again, we'll have the Davis Ford pregame show coming your way here. Game 1 between ICC and Gordon State. Back with more right after this.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me. And the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance. And I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want. And I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
This is you, right? Like, you're like, bacon, bacon, bacon.
Well, this is you.
I love bacon. Sonic bacon on bacon, quarter-pound double cheeseburger. Okay, you got me.
I need a double stuffed Oreo blast, guys.
You got it.
Gonna need a double stuffed Oreo waffle cone, too.
Coming right up. Order up. Sonic double stuffed Oreo waffle cone and blast.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, waiting the start here of Game 1 between ICC and Gordon State College out of Georgia. We do want to welcome those that are watching in support of the Highlanders this afternoon. If you're watching, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know. You can win a free shout-out there throughout the ball game. As coaches meeting at home plate right now, going over some of the ground rules. As you see Coach Andy Kirk there on the right side, and try to see, it is Coach Allie Hatterman that is the coach for Gordon State. 20-plus years there, over 500 wins. So she and Coach Kirk both in that same club of 500 or more wins for their programs here. Of course, ICC 8-0 in the year, number 2 in the country, matching their largest rank or their highest ranking of all time here for the program. They're right behind Phoenix College, who is the defending national champion. So ICC will be hopefully to hold on to that spot with a pair of wins today. Of course, they'll be back in action tomorrow for Sophomore Day when they host Lansing out of Michigan. So that'll be coming your way. I believe it'll be a noon start here in Fulton. And, of course, Sophomore Day presentations will be going on in between games. So you can watch that again here on the red channel of Let'sGoICCTV.com. If you're tuning in looking for baseball, that'll be on the blue channel this afternoon as ICC will host Wren Lake out of Illinois. That's up in the Ina area of Illinois. I've passed it a few times when I drive north heading to Notre Dame. That'll be coming your way with the First American National Bank opening pitch at 1 o'clock on the blue channel. Jeremy Kennedy and Dr. Brad Boggs will have the call for that one, so you'll want to be sure and tune in there as well. Still waiting for that First American National Bank opening pitch here from Fulton. We're going to step away one more time. When we come back, we'll have today's starting lineups and national anthem coming your way here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we put the brakes on the Davis Ford pregame show, let's take you to the field for the starting lineups and today's national anthem here before Game 1 between ICC and Gordon State. Well, they were walking away from home plate for a moment. Now they've come back and kind of just dot some I's and crossing some T's there as well between the two head coaches. Kind of just judging by their manners, it's just a friendly banter between the two. And now looks like they're going to break things up. And once again, head to the field for today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination.
Leading off and playing DP, number 22, Rebecca Cooper. Batting second and playing center field, number 6, Rebecca Graham. Batting third and playing second, number 25, Kayla Bishop. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, number 8, Kinsley Jones. Batting fifth and playing third, number 23, Kelsey Harris. Batting sixth and playing catcher, number 29, Jaden Thornton. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 2, Taylor Corey. Batting eighth and playing first, number 33, Chandler Mitchell. Batting ninth and playing left field, number 55, Kaylee Hausman. Playing flex position as pitcher, number 3, Victoria O'Neill. The head coach for Gordon State is Allie Hatterman, and she is assisted by Nikki Moncrief Evans. And now today's starting lineup for the Itawamba Indians. Leading off and playing second base, number 6, Hannah Henry. Batting second and playing center field, number 1, Mackenzie Patterson. Batting third and playing catcher, number 7, Kara Hayes. Batting fourth, DP, number 19, Caroline Clark. Batting fifth and playing third, number 18, Haley Albertson. Batting sixth, pitching, number 24, Madison Jenkins. Batting seventh and playing first, number 17, Rain Rippey. Batting 8th and playing right field, number 30, Connor Stevens. Batting 9th, playing shortstop, number 5, Katie Boatner. In the flex position, as left field, number 8, Sarah Kate Thompson. The head coach for ICC is Andy Kirk. He is assisted by Rick Lawson. Please rise and remove all headgear for the national anthem.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
You're not gonna believe what just... You bought a Coca-Cola with 0 sugar?
Yeah. Why?
Come on, it has 0 sugar.
Yep. And it's delicious.
I don't believe it.
Just try something new. You'll love it.
This does taste great.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed, attach images to your transactions, apply travel notices to your account, and make person-to-person payments. You can even set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or just to monitor your account balance. The best part is that you can bank anytime, anywhere. At First American National Bank, get that hometown feel, the high-tech touch.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're set to start things off here. Game 1 between ICC and Gordon State, waiting this First American National Bank opening pitch here for Game 1, as Madison Jenkins in the circle here for ICC. We mentioned she's 3-0 on the year. And that First American National Bank opening pitch outside for a ball comes your way at 12:03. It's a 12:03 start time here in Fulton for the first game of the day. First pitch goes for a ball. 1-0 is the count. First American National Bank, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. This pitch popped up. It'll foul out of play. And it evens count up at 1-1 now. So 1-1 is the count. Jenkins getting set to deliver. That one inside for a ball. 2-1 now goes the count. Wind this afternoon's blowing basically foul pole to foul pole from left to right. And what that normally means in this part of the world, there's rain coming. As it's expected to have some possibly tomorrow, for sure Monday. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 evens the count up now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, as this is Rebecca Cooper, the DP, starting things off. She's batting .324 on the year. She does have 11 hits, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs. She also has 6 RBIs to her credit. She struck out 4 times. Ground ball to the right side, scooped up, easy play there. And the Indians get the first out of the inning. 4-3 for those of you scoring at home to retire Cooper. And now this will be Rebecca Graham coming to the plate.
Now batting number 6, Rebecca Graham.
So Graham will dig in here with 1 out. She's playing in center field. Graham, this is her 8th plate appearance. She's got 1 hit on the year. It is a home run. As this one to the right side, it's going to be a diving effort. That'll go for a base hit. So her 2nd hit of the year. As we'll finish up some of her Sonic stats there for Graham. She just improved that 143 batting average. So runner on first with 1 out. This is going to be Bishop coming to the plate here, the second baseman. She leads the team with a .516 batting average. 16 hits on the year. Listen to that first pitch in there for a strike. She's got 3 doubles, 3 home runs, 6 RBI. She's walked 5 times, has yet to strike out, and does have a stolen base. .516 batting average, .583 on base percentage, .903 slugging. So a very dangerous batter at the plate right now here for the Highlanders. A little pitch out that time to see if the runner might have been thinking about going. Graham on the year, as we mentioned, don't have a whole lot of at-bats, only 6 of those, or 7 in 6 games. Doesn't have a stolen base on her record yet. A little off-speed pitch, run is going to go, and they got her. Nicely done there to erase Graham. 2-4 on the putout. Let's look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. And so now with 2 away, the count is 2-1 here on Bishop. Jenkins getting some help from her defense there. Big, healthy swing and a miss. Saw a pitch she liked, just couldn't quite time that one up there. Bishop was looking to put that one out in the Carolina community. So now the count evens up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. That pitch on the outside for a ball. Count goes full now at 3-2. So right now, Jenkins wanting to see if she can get a unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning thanks to the runner getting caught trying to steal second. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, the first of the day for Jenkins. So as we said, an unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning there in the top of the first, as ICC will send Henry, Patterson, and Hayes to the plate in the bottom half of the inning. But before we do that, let's hear a few words from our sponsors, including Little Caesars, and be back with more right after this.
One hot and ready classic. We actually changed it with...
What? You've changed, Little Caesars. You've changed! They've changed, Balloon Bro. You've changed, Karate Man. How can you dance during a time like this? You've changed. Ah! Tell me why.
It tastes even better because we added 33% more pepperoni.
Give me one of those.
Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as it'll be Hannah Henry starting us off here for the Indians in the bottom of the first. She's going to lay down a slap bunt attempt. The pitcher gets it, and it's not in time. So an infield single there for Henry to start the contest, as showing off that speed, and the pitcher kind of just hesitated for a second to get to the ball. And so that allowed the speedy leadoff batter, Hannah Henry, to reach. And now to be Mackenzie Patterson coming to the plate. Patterson shows bunt, pulls back, and takes that one for a ball. We mentioned Victoria Neal in the circle today here in Game 1 for the Highlanders. She is 2-1 on the season. That pitch on the outside, tried to frame it up. 2-0 now goes the count. Snap throw down to first. Not in time, almost caught Henry napping there. Good little snap throw from Thornton, the catcher for Gordon State. You hear the wind picking up once again. It's basically blowing left to right in the outfield. Patterson lays that bunt down, but it goes foul. And so 2-1 now will be the count here on McKenzie. Take a look at some Sonic stats here on Patterson. Batting .480 on the year. She's got a .552 on base percentage, .640 slugging. She does have 12 hits, 4 doubles, which leads the team. As that pitch goes high, stolen base will be recorded there for Henry as she was going on the pitch. And for Hannah, that is her 7th stolen base of the season. She and Kara Hayes now leading the team in that category. So awaiting the 3-1 offering here. Grounder to the right side. Second baseman finds it. Only one play, and it's over in time. Nice play over there at second base. Had to kind of backhand that one for a speedy Patterson. 4-3 on the putout. And so now with one out, the runner did advance to third. This would be Kara Hayes coming to the plate. Hayes with an RBI opportunity. She's batting .440 on the year. She does have 12 RBIs, second on the team in that category. So Hayes takes that pitch inside for a ball. That pitch across for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. There is a runner at third here for the Indians. Bottom of the first, no score here in Game 1. Hayes lifts this one to the left side. High fly ball. Left fielder will get underneath it. The throw home will not be in time. And ICC will take a 1-0 lead on that sacrifice fly off the bat of Hayes. One of those that the wind may have not been blowing the way it is today. It might have found a way out of the ballpark. But an effective put out there as Clark rips this one to the right side. And that's going to go for a base hit. Second hit of the inning here for the Indians. That sacrifice fly by Hayes is being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union as they remind you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. Follow them on Twitter at ICCBSU. They're getting ready for their spring break mission trip to Alaska. This pitch pops straight back over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. If you'd like to figure out how to help support ICC softball, we encourage you to visit iccms.edu/foundation and become a member of the Indian Club. So a runner at first. There are 2 outs in the inning. Ball gets away, but runner will not advance. 1-1 now is the count. That pitch missing low. Snap throw at first. Not in time as Clark dives back. 2-1 now goes the count. 2 outs in the inning. As this is Haley Alberson at the plate. She turns on that one but pulls it foul. 2-2 now is the count. Let's take a look at some Sonic stats on Albertson. She is batting .357 on the year. She's got 10 RBIs, 10 hits, 2 doubles. The only home run of the season for the Indians belongs to Haley. 2-2 pitch coming. Grounder, third baseman finds it, scoops it up, throws it over in the dirt, but a nice scoop for the putout, 5-3. The Indians get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 1 in Fulton here in Game 1. ICC leads it 1-0. We'll take a break here, a few more words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Darker empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. Cagle Eye Center.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 is the score here for ICC. So we move to the top of the second inning. It's going to be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up here for Gordon State. And starting things off is going to be Kenzie Jones, the shortstop. That first inning was brought to you by Sam's Town Market. Sam Ferris and the rest of the crew at Sam's Town Market proudly serve some of the best meat and produce around the Northeast Mississippi area, along with a wide variety of specialty items. Stop by and visit Sam's Town Market there in the heart of Manatachee, or follow him on Facebook at Sam's Town Market. Hey, why not shoot him a message on Facebook and let him know you appreciate him sponsoring today's softball game. 1-1 now is the count here to Jones. Jones looks at that one. It's missing outside for a ball. Jones batting .304 in the year. She's got a .414 on-base percentage. .696 is her slugging percentage. 7 hits. She does have a double, a triple, and 2 home runs. And a team-high 8 RBI. Pops this one up. It's going to get out of play. And now that even up the count at 2-2. Jones, Harris, and Thornton due up here for the Highlanders in the top of the second inning. That pitch drifts high for a ball, 3-2. We talk about the wind here, blowing basically foul pole left to right. In baseball, if you lift anything towards left field today, maybe even left center, it's going to travel a while. So it could be a home run derby over there starting at 1 o'clock on the Blue Channel. This pitch popped up into the wind, left side, and it's going to, what we said, that wind's playing fits today if you get it up high enough. And that one will drop for a unconventional infield double. Second hit of the game there, and now this will bring up Harris. Well, that ball had drifted back, and the third baseman went in foul territory towards the grass, and you heard that gust of wind come up, and it just blew it right back into the infield. So it's going to be an adventure with anything that's popped up high into the sky this afternoon. This is going to be Harris at the plate, stands in, takes that first pitch for a strike. Harris, a .368 batting average, .478 on base, and a impressive .895 slugging percentage. She does have 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and a triple for her 7 hits of the day, or on the season, I should say. So when she does make contact, boy, she's productive. ICC fans like that one. The home plate umpire did not. 1-1 now is the count. She's got 6 RBI, so 1 more and she'll be in a tie with Hartwick for most RBI on the season. And that pitch missing. 2-1 now is the count. This is the first of 2 games this afternoon. Two 1 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2. 2-2 now is the count. So awaiting the 2-2 offering here from Jenkins to Harris. Runner at second with no outs. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. The second of the game for the Delta State signee. And now this will bring up the catcher Thornton to the plate here. As this one fouled off. Strike 1. Forgetting I'm having to update Twitter today as well, as we got everybody over at baseball. That pitch just missing. And so now the count goes 1-1 here to Thornton. So Thornton will stand in. Looks at that pitch high and outside for a ball. Jaden Thornton, she's a sophomore, batting .429, 500 on base percentage, .571 is her slugging percentage. She's got 6 hits, 2 of those going for a double, and 3 RBI. That pitch, and we'll say she did not go. 3-1 now is the count. Jenkins struggling a little bit to find the zone right now. She's thrown a couple of pitches she thought was good, but the home plate umpire hasn't quite given her those outside corners or inside corners just yet. So she's going to have to continue to work here. 3-1 now is the count. Grounder, left side, diving shortstop. Can't come up and make the play, and that'll go for a base hit. Smart play there by Boatner. If she would have threw that to first, probably would have had a tied ball game in that situation. The diving effort couldn't pop up quickly enough to throw it. Runner does advance to third. And now this will bring up the right fielder, Taylor Corley. So Corley will dig in. Runners on the corners here. Gordon State, top of the second, 1-0 ICC with the lead. Corley, 286 on the year. She's got 6 RBIs. If she can drive one in here, she'll be tied. Or no, just give me 8 RBIs is the lead for the team. I thought it was 7, but it is 8. She's got 6 hits on the year, 3 of those being home runs. That pitch right down the heart of the plate. Strike 1. You've got Thornton over at first base. And Jones at third, who had that double, an infield double, thanks to the wind that just kind of blew the ball back in from foul territory. That pitch just missing low. So that umpire just not giving that pitch so far here. She's got to get it up a little bit for him to like that outside corner. Count now goes 1-1. So 1-1 pitch coming. And that one missing. 2-1 now goes the count. So right now the Highlanders doing a good job of making Jenkins work here in the top of the second. This pitch fouled back and out of play. It even a count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. That's the situation here with ICC leading in the top of the second inning. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, it'd be a big time for Jenkins' third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game if she could find it here. That pitch missing outside. Now the count goes full at 3-2. Nice patient at bat here by Corley to work the count to go full. So 3-2 now is the count. This one popped back and out of play, and we'll stay at 3-2. Well, sun's starting to peek out here in Fulton. It's been partly cloudy all day today. Makes for a nice day at the ballpark. Temperatures expected to get into the high 70s, maybe low 80s this afternoon. So 3-2 is the count here. And going to Walker. So now the bases are loaded here. And with only 1 out in the inning, ICC would love to find a way to roll a Little Caesars double play to get out of a little bit of trouble. But Chandler Mitchell, the first baseman, is going to try to get the bats going and see if they can't get the merry-go-round to spinning here. Mitchell batting .261 on the year. She's got 6 hits, 1 double, 5 RBIs on the year. She has struck out twice. That pitch in there for a strike. Chandler Mitchell, she's the number 8 batter. Bases full of Highlanders. This one's going to be ripped down the right side, and the first base coach having to move out of the way of a hurry there as that one, she heard that one come by. And a little scary there as that one came off the bat. 0-2 though now is the count here on Mitchell. A rare opportunity that Jenkins is ahead of the count here in the top of the second. And that pitch just missing up for a ball. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Bases loaded. And just couldn't get her to go chase that one. Good eye on the part of Mitchell. I'll tell you right now, if I'm the Highlanders, I don't swing at any pitches on that outside corner. The home plate umpire has yet to start giving Jenkins those pitches. So awaiting the 2-2 offering here. There's a roller. There's 1. Can they turn 2? No, they do not. So it'll be a fielder's choice. 4-6 on the putout. The run does score. So we've got a 1-1 contest. So that'll be an RBI on the fielder's choice. That scores Jones. It will erase Corley from the bases. Runners on first and second now with 2 outs. And Hausman coming to the plate here. The left fielder batting in that 9 spot. Well, a nice job there as they fake the steal, throw it back to the pitcher. But a nice job there at bat by Mitchell, even though she did hit into that fielder's choice and nearly turned into a Little Caesars double play. Unfortunately for the Indians, it did not, but a nice job there by Mitchell to get the run across and tie the contest at 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 now. So ICC looking for an exit here with minimum damage done. Runners on the corners here for the Highlanders. 0-2 is the count with 2 outs. Runner goes, throw down is in time. Dead to rights there on Mitchell. 2-4 on the putout. And Hoseman will be back to bat in the top of the third. But 1 run does score on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll take a timeout. Hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more here on the ICC Sports Network.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama. Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
And welcome back. I apologize for those back-to-back commercials there, but Max Homes love it. So if you're looking for a job, Max Homes is hiring here in Fulton. First swing of the at-bat here, and it is out of the ballpark. Madison Jenkins helping her own cause there, as that one absolutely smashed to dead center. And Jenkins gives ICC the 2-1 lead. Not even enough time to get my scoreboard back on there, as that was a no-doubter to dead center there. And now this will bring up Rain Rippey. So Rippey will dig in here with no outs, and ICC leading 2-1 now. Well, I didn't even give you a chance to give you any Sonic stats on Jenkins, but that is her first home run of the season. So that pitch drifts inside for a ball. Rippey batting .267. She's got 4 hits, 2 doubles, and a triple. Rippey looks at that one, a breaking pitch that just fell right back into the zone there. 2-1 now is the count. This one lifted left side. Could it be back-to-back jacks? And it is! So ICC gets back-to-back home runs. Coach Carrie Ball Williamson, our AD, went out there to get that one for Jenkins. She was walking back the other way, and now we'll be able to pick that one up for Rippey. The Indians' bats come to life here, and now they're up 3-1. Quick meeting in the circle here. Kind of just get everybody settled down for a second. As ICC now leading 3-0. Those home runs being brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. They are your preferred choice of orthopedic care. Stop by 499 Gloucester Creek Village or give them a call at 662-205-5282. That's 662-205-5282 to learn more. We'll hear a orthopedic minute in the exchange of this inning. Of course, the second inning is being brought to you by Cagle Eye Center here in Fulton. They've been providing professional and comprehensive eye care For the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding area, they're located at 402 Access Road right here in Fulton. You need to set up an appointment, give them a call at 662-EYES. That's 662-EYES. And that's going to be Stevens, who is going to fly out in foul territory, secured there by the second baseman for 1 out. Nice job there by O'Neal to settle down and come find that first out. So now this will be Katie Boatner, the number 9 batter, coming up here for ICC. Shows bunt, lays it down. It's going to go foul. Smart play there by the third baseman. Don't know that they would have had a chance to get the speedy Boatner out at first. Take a look at some stats on Boatner. She's batting 158. She's got a 200 on base percentage. 211 is her slugging percentage. She's got 3 hits on the year, 1 double. She swings on this one. It's going to be a foul, and it's going to go 0-2. 3-1 ICC with the lead after back-to-back home runs from Madison Jenkins and Rain Rippey, both their first home runs of the season. That pitch just missing outside for a ball. Here's the thing that makes Rippey's home run so impressive. She hit that one into the wind. As it's blowing left to right today, and Jenkins just left a no-doubter out to dead center. 1-2 pitch coming to Boatner. In the dirt, 2-2 now is the count. That pitch hangs up high. Good job by Boatner to come back now after falling in the hole 0-2 to force the count to go full here. 3-2 is the count. There is only 1 out here in the inning. The shortstop, Boatner, at the plate. Swings on that one. It's going to be scooped up by the shortstop. Throw across the way. Not in time. So we said Boatner has got speed to burn, and she just beat that one out. Let's go back and look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay. And, yeah, no doubt on that one, as that's the 3rd hit of the inning now. And now we'll go back to the top of the lineup here for the Indians, and this is going to be Hannah Henry. Henry singled, stole a base and scored a run. Shows bunt, lays it down. It's going to go foul. Just an unfortunate hop there for Henry as she got an incredible jump down the line that time. So that'll go for strike 1. So Henry, 1 for 1 on the day. Stands in, takes that one for strike 2. 0-2 now is the count. We got Boatner at first base. Always a threat to steal. She's got 5 of those on the year. That's going to be a slap hit to the left side. Shortstop hesitates, and it's going to go for an infield single. Second hit of the day for Henry. And ICC's bats have woken up here in the bottom of the second. That's the 4th hit of the inning. And now this will be Mackenzie Patterson coming to the plate. Don't know if maybe the shortstop thought that there was a runner at third because she checked home. And so by the time she looked up, Henry was already at first base. Patterson now will stand in that first pitch, missing outside for a ball. Big inning here for the Indians. So far, 2 runs on the board. Trying to add to that here with 1 out. Runners on first and second. And Patterson at the plate. Looks at that pitch, missing low and outside for a ball. Patterson grounded out to the second baseman in her first plate appearance of the afternoon. And that pitch going to miss low for ball 3. Snap throw to first, not in time. It's the 3rd time they've done that today. So Thornton, the catcher for Gordon State, not afraid to make sure you're aware down there at first. And they've been close each time. 3-0 pitch. You imagine she's taking the whole way this time. She is. Pitch is high for a ball. And now bases are loaded for the Indians. First walk of the afternoon for O'Neill. And this will be Kara Hayes coming to the plate. Hayes put a charge into one that we said if the wind wasn't blowing the way it is today, might have been trouble, as she had a sacrifice fly in her first appearance of the day and drove in a run. Stands in, takes that first pitch for strike one. So bases full of Indians here. 3-1 ICC leading in the bottom of the second. Hayes, little blooper, diving catch made. Great effort over there at shortstop to come in and make that one. If she doesn't make that diving play, 2-run scores easily that time. And now this will be Clark coming to the plate with 2 outs. Great play there by Jones. She has been very active in these first 2 innings here. As this is going to be Clark. Swings on the first pitch she sees, fouls it back for strike one. Clark had a single but was left stranded back in the first inning. Rips this one. It's off the pitcher. It's going to be trouble here. Clark is safe. 2 runs will score. And let's go back and look at that one. Hopefully O'Neill is okay. Yeah, she was able to get her glove down. Woo. Scary moment right there as 2 runs come across for the Indians, but looks like she was able to deflect that one. They're going to go talk to O'Neill. Let's take a quick timeout here. Words from our sponsors and be back with more.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We will have a pitching change coming in here in this situation, as it appears O'Neill was okay, maybe just shaken up a little bit there, but Kaylee Phillips, wearing number 20, will now be the pitcher here for the Highlanders. She got her warm-up tosses there. Let's take a look at some Sonic stats here. This call to the bullpen being brought to you by Tommy Morgan real estate agent Ricky Murphy. He reminds ICC fans, when you're ready to make the call to buy your next home or maybe even sell your current home, give him a call at 662-321-9824. That's 662-321-9824. Or look him up on Facebook. That's Tommy Morgan real estate agent Ricky Murphy. First swing here in the inning is going to be out to the center field. Center fielder will step underneath it and grab it to retire Alberson. Well, we've played 2 in Fulton. ICC plates 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. ICC leads at 5-1. Let's take a break and let's hear from the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi and be back with more right after this.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the third inning. ICC gets 4. So we talked about that second inning being brought to you by Cagle Eye Center. So Gordon State will dig in here, and this will be the number 9 batter, Hoseman, coming to the plate. She was at the plate whenever the runner was thrown out to end the previous inning. Swings on that one for a strike. Jenkins in the circle helped her on cause by destroying a home run to center field. Is that pitch missing? 1-1 now is the count. This one's going to be slapped. Center fielder Patterson will go back now, jog up a little bit, and record that for out number 1. They were playing her in a little bit there, and once again, you kind of saw how Patterson was dancing around out there. That wind still causing some issues as we go back to the top of the lineup now in Cooper. Cooper grounded out to second. And her only at bat so far. Stands in, takes that pitch across for a strike. So 0-1 is the count here to Cooper, the DP. That pitch drifts high for a ball. One pitch, and it's missing for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Time taken here as the piece of trash kind of floating across the field, picked up there. So 2-1 now is the count. ICC leading 5-1 here. That pitch missing low. 3-1 now goes to count. Big swing and a miss there. 3-2 now is the count. So 3-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. Second out of the inning. That is the third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game here for Jenkins. And now this will be Rebecca Graham. Graham singled but was caught trying to steal back in the first inning. She was retired 2-4. So she'll dig in here with 2 outs to see if she can't get the bats for the Highlanders fired up here. This one left side, throw over is in time for the putout. So a quick 3-up, 3-down inning there in the top of the third. ICC leads it 5-1. They'll send Jenkins, Rippey, and Stevens, the ones that all got it started. They're back in the bottom of the second. They'll be up here in the bottom of the third. Let's take a break, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Why didn't you answer your phone?
You're not gonna believe what just... You bought a Coca-Cola with 0 sugar?
Yeah. Why?
Come on, it has 0 sugar.
Yep. And it's delicious.
I don't believe it.
Just try something new. You'll love it.
This does taste great.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as Madison Jenkins will start us off here. 6, 7, 8 batters, Jenkins, Rippey, and Stevens. Back-to-back home runs got the big inning started for the Indians. 4 runs in the bottom of the second, and Jenkins started that off with a no-doubter to dead center off her bat. Stands in, takes that first pitch inside for a ball. 5-1, Indians with the lead. This is the third inning being brought to you by Max Homes. I want to remind you, Max Homes is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Join the best, train with the best, and be the best. That's Max Home right here in Fulton and Sulligent, Alabama. That pitch missing for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. So waiting the 2-0 pitch here. Jenkins lifts this one. Center fielder's going to go back, and not enough. Just got underneath it that time. Thought it might have been back-to-back home runs for Jenkins as she just tattooed that one. Just got it up a little too much up and under it, and that'll just be a routine fly ball out to center field. And so now this will bring up Rain Rippey. 1 out and nobody on here. Rippey is 1 for 1 of the day, and she had that home run that was a blast as it was actually hit into the wind out in left center. That was her first ever collegiate home run of her career. Grounds this one to the left side. Shortstop gets it. Nice play as it kind of hopped up on her shoulder real quick. She was able to zip that one across for the putout. Been very impressed with the play of Kenzie Jones this afternoon. 6-3 for the putout for those of you scoring at home. And so this will be Stevens at the plate. She popped up in foul territory and was recorded out by the second baseman. Stands in, takes that pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Stevens lifts that one, falls off the table a bit too soon. 2-1 now is the count. So waiting the 2-1 offering here. And it's inside for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. This is Kaylee Phillips in the circle. We never had a chance to give you some of her Sonic stats on the year. Phillips has pitched 16 2/3 innings. Is 0-2 on the year. She has a 5.88 ERA. And that pitch missing outside, and Stevens will draw a 2-out walk. Nice patient at bat there by Connor. And now this will bring up Katie Boatner. Boatner singled and eventually came around to score.
Now batting number 5, Katie Boatner.
And so Boatner will try to spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians with a runner on first. That pitch missing outside. Stevens getting a big lead, kind of staring down the catcher there. And that's one thing you got to be careful of. We've seen Thornton numerous times today. She'll make that snap throw down to first. So you kind of got to be awake over there. Stevens almost trying to dare her to throw it to first so she'd go to second. And again, just kind of a stare down, and that's what she did. She threw to first and was able to get to second. That's what she was trying to bait her into doing there, and it worked. Nice job by Stevens to get into scoring position. Boatner with a 2-0 count here. Boatner show bunt, pulls back, takes it 3-0 now is the count. So 3 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs. That is the situation here. And that one just paints the outside corner. Some of the ICC faithful, not a big fan of that one there. But 3-1 now is the count. Shows bunt, lays it down, and it's going to be a perfect one. No play. Second hit of the game for Katie Boatner as that ball just died. Third baseman couldn't do anything with it. And now the Indians have runners on the corners with 2 outs. And back to the top of the lineup here with Hannah Henry. Henry is 2 for 2 on the day. She's stolen a base and has scored twice as well. So ICC trying to get something going here with 2 outs in the inning. The Highlanders trying to find the exit here. That pitch just missing outside for a ball. Kaylee Phillips in relief duty of Victoria O'Neill, who had a line drive kind of hit back at her. Like she was able to get her glove in front of it and maybe bat it down before it went directly off of her. We hope that Victoria, of course, is okay in that situation. So Henry at the plate, runners on the corners. Swings on this one, but it's going to go foul down the left field line. Again, remind you, we'll be right back here on the Red Channel tomorrow afternoon as Lansing making the trip down from Michigan. Sophomore Day will be coming your way between games here between ICC and Lansing. 0-2 is the count here to Henry. Phillips looking for the exit. Couldn't get her to chase one there. Good eye on the part of Henry. 1-2 now is the count. Again, we do want to welcome those that are watching in support of the Gordon State College Highlanders this afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon. As this one swung on, it's going to be fouled out of play. And we'll stay at 1-2. Remind you, you can hit us up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. That's at Let's Go ICC. If you have to step away from your computer, you can watch on your phone or you can keep up on Twitter as well. So awaiting the 1-2 pitch here with 2 outs and runners on the corners, or excuse me, runners at second and third now as Boatner stole second while I wasn't paying attention. So 2-2 now is the count here to Henry. And it hit her. Hit batter will put Henry on, and now bases are loaded here for the Indians. And now this will be Patterson, who is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Well, for the Highlanders, they did a great job quickly retiring Jenkins and Rippey, who both had those home runs in their previous at-bats. It was a fly ball to center field and then a ground ball to the shortstop. But since then, it's been a walk, a single, and a hit batter. And mixed in with a couple of stolen bases as well. And ICC now with ducks on the pond and 2 outs. Patterson at the plate, who can hit for power, by the way, especially with the way the wind's blowing, can help out of the ballpark a little bit. She's working with a 1-0 count. Now make it 2-0. An absolute beautiful day to be out at the ballpark. If you're in the area, you've got plenty of time to make it out here, and you can watch a little softball today and then make your way over to watch some baseball, as they're just moments away from that First American National Bank opening pitch. And that pitch missing. 3-0 now is the count here to Patterson. Baseball playing Wren Lake over on the Blue Channel Jeremy Kennedy, and Dr. Brad Boggs has the call for that one. That pitch finds the corner. 3-1 now is the count. Nowhere to put her right now. As bases loaded here for the Indians, they lead at 5-1, trying to see if they can spark a 2-out rally here. Patterson swings on this one, pops it up left side, left fielder dancing around, and will squeeze it for the out. Well, the wind throwing fits there, but a great job out there in left field by Hoseman to get the Highlanders out of the jam. No damage done there as ICC gets no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base. We've played 3 in Fulton. ICC leads at 5-1. We'll take a break and be back with the top of the 4th. We're to be Bishop, Jones, and Harris due up for Gordon State. Back with more right after this.
Bringing home the Batman calzone from Little Caesars might make you feel like Batman. But could you really be the Batman?
A little help here!
Never mind. But at least the new Batman calzone with a calzone crust will make you feel like you're a superhero. The Batman in theaters March 4th.
Pizza, pizza.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the 4th inning. This 4th inning being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. John Harrod and all the fine folks out at the Bank of Okolona is proud to help bring today's action your way here on the ICC Sports Network. They're located at 227 West Main Street. You can visit bankofokolona.com for more information. Jenkins still in the circle here for ICC as this is Bishop at the plate. She struck out swinging in her first appearance this afternoon. Swings the first pitch she sees. Third baseman, right spot, right time. Throw across the way. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's what you like there if you're Jenkins. And now this will bring up Jones. Well, Jones had an infield double. You don't get to say that too often, but she hit one a mile high. And we talked about the wind. You can actually hear it blowing now, and I'll continue to reference it throughout the day because it's making plays a little tricky that are normally routine out there. The ball was actually in foul territory, blew back into fair territory, and she had the wherewithal to keep running the whole time as that pitch across for a strike. So smart base running on the part of Kenzie Jones to turn what would have been a routine pop-up in foul territory into a infield double. 0-1 is the count after that first pitch from Jenkins. That second one missing low, 1-1 now is the count. Sun peeking out once again here in Itawamba County. Jones and Harris due up here in the top of the 4th inning. That pitch hangs in tight as Jones ducks out of the way of that one. So 2-1 is the count here. This one fouled back, evens things up now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. So it was a ground out by Bishop to the third baseman, a hard hit ground ball to Albertson, who was able to step in front of that one and record the out. This pitch popped up again, could be trouble with the way the wind's blowing today, and nice job there. I believe that was Boatner. Yes, it was, who camped underneath that one for the out. And so now with 2 away, this is going to be Harris who struck out swinging. She was the second of 3 Renaissance Bank strikeout victims today so far for Madison Jenkins. That pitch and high for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. That pitch missing low and inside. 2-0 now. Goes the count here to the third baseman, Harris. Harris has been busy today as ICC have been successful with their small ball play. So they've been making her work a lot over there on that third base side. Swing and a miss there. Nice changeup from Jenkins. Had Harris well ahead of that one. 2-1 now is the count. Baseball should be getting started over there on the blue channel between the Indians and Wren Lake. As this one blasted left side and it's gone. I couldn't see it from my point of view, but a solo home run off the bat of Harris. And a big hit there with 2 outs in the inning. And so 5-2 now is the score. And so with 2 outs, this would be Thornton at the plate, who singled. So that pitch missing and gets away. Nobody on base to do any damage. So 1-0 is the count. This pitch popped up right side. Stevens will drift back for a second, come up and make the play for out number 3, but not before the damage was done by the swing of the bat of Kelsey Harris. A solo home run. That home run being brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi makes it a 5-2 contest. ICC with the lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Hayes, Clark, and Alberson due up here for the Indians. Let's take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, Roll Tide!
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to move to the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Kara Hayes starting us off. She had a sacrifice fly that drove in a run in her first at bat, and then was robbed of a base hit by an amazing diving catch, and wants to lay down the bunt. It goes foul. But yeah, it was a great diving effort on the part of Kenzie Jones to rob Hayes of her first hit of the afternoon. That bunt goes foul for strike 1. So it'll be Hayes, Clark, and Alberson, the 3-4-5 batters due up here for the Indians. They lead at 5-2. It was a solo home run by Harris out to left field. That pitch just missing outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Hayes starting us off here in the bottom of the 4th. Swings on this one and just pulls that one foul. 1-2 now is the count. So 1-2 is the count. Hayes awaiting the pitch here from Phillips. Rips that one up the middle, return to center. That'll go for a base hit. Nicely done. Just went with that one right back up the middle. First hit of the day for Kara Hayes. And now this will be Caroline Clark coming to the plate, and she has been a handful this afternoon for the Highlanders. She's 2 for 2. She's got 2 RBIs on the day. She singled and was left stranded back at first in the first. She was also left stranded in scoring position back in the second. Or actually, excuse me, not in scoring position. She was left stranded at first. That pitch goes high for a ball. So again, if you hear me go quiet for a while, I'm just updating Twitter. As Clark will dig in now with a 1-0 count. Runner at first. Clark looks at that pitch, missing low for a ball. Well, you got Hayes over at first base. She leads the team with 7 stolen bases on the year. So if you're a Highlander player, you got to respect her speed over there on the bases. There she goes. Little hit and run action. This one's hit to the left side, and it's going to be off the top of the wall. Hayes, is she going to try to score? No, she will not, but that'll be a double. Well, that was almost a line drive home run there off the bat of Clark. A little hit and run action going there as it actually hit just underneath the yellow tubing out there in left field. Great job, though. This is what I've got to give credit on, because the speedy Hayes was in motion there. Hausman was able to get that one back in and keep her from scoring. So if they can somehow get out of this inning without any damage done, that could be a huge, huge play there for the Highlanders. Alberson pops this one up left side. Going to come in shallow, and they're not going to test the arm that time. As great job once again by Hausman to quickly get that one back into the infield. Runners have to stay put. And so now with 1 out, runners at second and third here for ICC. This is Madison Jenkins. Jenkins absolutely tattooed the first pitch of the game she saw with a no-doubt home run to dead center. Then she just got underneath the second pitch, or it would have been 2 home runs to center, as that pitch missing inside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So you got to be careful right now. If you're Gordon State, you've been able to battle your way back into this one, staying within striking distance at 5-2, but ICC trying to see if they can get that merry-go-round spinning here in the bottom of the 4th. Jenkins pulls that one to the left side, and it's going to be in time for the putout for the second out of the inning. 5-3, as they made sure the runner did not try to get a jump and score. And again, folks, we've got to go back to that play of Hausman on that double by Clark. She got the ball in and kept Hayes from scoring as she was in motion on that hit. So if they can somehow get out of this inning with no damage done, that is going to be a big play we look back on at the conclusion of this game, possibly look back on, as Rippey takes that pitch high and outside for a ball. Hayes, she's at third. Clark is at second with a double. This is Rippey. Takes that one for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Rippey grounded out to the shortstop. In her previous at-bat, she also had a solo home run that followed up the home run by Jenkins. 1-1 now is the count. That pitch hangs up a little bit too high. 2-1 now. Goes the count here on Rippey. Buddy Michael Gregory, family with Rippey there. He was texting me the other day. I didn't realize that. And he was like, make sure she behaves herself. And I'm like, well, is that pitch in there for a strike? She hits home runs like she did earlier. I know Michael's going to be proud of that one. 2-2 now is the count. Rippey looks at that pitch outside. Not a bad spot to miss there by Phillips. See if you couldn't get her to get aggressive in going after a pitch there. Kind of a throwaway pitch, if you will. 3-2 is the count now with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Wind picking up once again. Rippey. They're going to say she checked her swing. They're going to say she goes. No, she does not. And it's going to be ball 4. So bases loaded now, and this is going to be Connor Stevens. So Stevens will dig in with 2 outs. Bases loaded once again here for the Indians. ICC has not produced today when they've had bases loaded. So an opportunity here for Stevens to come up and see if she can get something started here for the Indians. She walked and stole a base. Listen to that pitch in there for a strike. She's also popped up in foul territory, was recorded out by the second baseman. Connor, a third-generation Indian here. She's playing in right field. Her older sisters played soccer here at ICC. 0-1 is the count here to the Amory native. Takes that pitch inside, evens things up now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. That's the situation now here on Stevens. Bases loaded here for the Indians. They lead it 5-2. Stevens checked her swing but called a strike as that one paints the inside corner. 1-2 now is the count here on Connor Stevens. So waiting the 1-2 offering here. Stevens finds a piece of that one, fouls it back. 1-2 is the count now here on the sophomore. Well, ICC had bases loaded when the previous inning ended. Trying to avoid that one here. That pitch high and inside. 2-2 now is the count here to Stevens. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here. Stevens pops this one up. Infield's coming in. Shortstop calling everyone off and will make the play. And what a big-time inning there for the Highlanders to get out of it. And again, we have to go back to that big-time relay in quickly off that double by Clark that kept Hayes from scoring. Hoseman did an outstanding job there as ICC for the second straight inning leaves bases loaded. 5-2 is your score as we head to the 5th. Back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small town dealership, small town prices.
This is you, right? Like you're like, bacon, bacon, bacon.
Well, this is you.
I love bacon.
Sonic bacon on bacon quarter-pound double cheeseburger.
Okay, you got me.
I need a double stuffed Oreo blast, guys.
You got it.
Gonna need a double stuffed Oreo waffle cone, too.
Coming right up. Order up. Sonic double stuffed Oreo waffle cone and blast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the 5th inning. this fifth inning being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. They meet Tuesday nights. They're located right across the street from the Davis Event Center. Follow them on Instagram at ICC Wesley. 5-2 is the score. The Highlanders have done a great job of getting out of back-to-back bases-loaded jams with no damage done to keep it at 5-2. Jenkins still in the circle here for the Indians. This is Corley at the plate. Fouls this one straight back for strike one. She walked, but was erased on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. ICC getting some pitchers loose. Don't know if that might be just for Game 2 purposes or maybe just in case a little bit later on in this one. That pitch up just a little high. 1-1 now is the count. Remind you to stay tuned. And at the conclusion of this game, we'll have the Renaissance Bank post-game report. We'll have your game recap, Sonic stats, and our star of the game brought to you by Sam's Town Market. As that pitch looked pretty good, but missing low. 2-1 now is the count here to Corley. So Corley, Mitchell, and Hausman due up here. That is the 7, 8, 9 batters for Gordon State. And that pitch, nice frame job. That's all you can say on that one, is it was outside, but Hayes pulled that one right back in. 2-2 now is the count. So Jenkins getting set to deliver the 2-2 offering here to Corley. This one fouled off and will stay at 2-2. Corley starting us off this inning. So we talked about it. She walked in her previous at-bat, but was erased on a fielder's choice. Wind shifting a little bit now, blowing in from center to that first base dugout. And that pitch in there for strike three. Let's go back and look at that one again. Looked kind of high, but Jenkins getting the benefit of the doubt there for her fourth Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. So now this is Chandler Mitchell, who drove in a run as she reached on a fielder's choice. She was erased after being caught stealing 2-4. That was to end the second. That pitch in there for a strike. So 0-1 is the count here with one out. Mitchell playing first base here for Gordon State. This pitch popped up, foul territory, but it's going to drift out of play. And 0-2 now is the count. (5-2) is your score. 0-2 is the count. And that one missing. That one looked more like a strike than the previous one he called strike three. Maybe a makeup call in that situation. 1-2 now is the count. Wind blowing in dead center now. This pitch grounded to the right side. Rippey finds it, steps on the bag for out number 2. So 2 away now, and we go to the number 9 batter, and this is going to be Hausman. We talked about her heads-up play. She quickly relayed that double in off the bat of Clark that kept Hayes from scoring and eventually got the Highlanders out of the inning with no damage done. So she would love to find a way to spark the bats here with 2 outs. That pitch missing for a ball. So 1-0 is the count. That pitch in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. This is Hausman at the plate. She's playing in left field, batting in that 9 spot. She flew out to center in her previous at bat that caught a foul ball after throw down was in time. So 1-2 now is the count. Only the second time that the Highlanders have batted around today. ICC is send their 9th batter to the plate for the 3rd time when we head to the bottom half of the inning. That pitch drifts high. 2-2 now is the count here to Hausman. Continue to hear the wind whipping here in Fulton. Jenkins getting set to deliver the 2-2 pitch, and strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, the 5th of the game. And ICC gets a 3-up, 3-down inning there in the top of the 5th. We're heading to the bottom half of the 5th, but before we do that, let's take a break. It'll be Boatner, Henry, and Patterson due up for ICC. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a pitching change here. Of course, this pitching change with the call to the bullpen being brought to you by Ricky Murphy, Tommy Morgan real estate agent. Ricky Murphy reminds ICC fans and you Highlander fans as well, if you want, when you're ready to make the call to buy your next home or maybe sell your current home, give Tommy Morgan real estate agent Ricky Murphy a call at 662-321-9824. That's 662-321-9824, or look him up on Facebook. That's Tommy Morgan real estate agent Ricky Murphy. Go ahead and add him and thank him for helping make today's game possible here on the ICC Sports Network. And so ICC will start us off here in the bottom of the 5th is Katie Boatner, who is 2 for 2 on the day. She has scored a run, stole a base, and was left stranded back in the 3rd inning. She was left stranded in scoring position. ICC has left 4 that I can think of off the top of my head left in scoring position. Yes, that is going to be the case. So 4 runners out of 6, 7, 8 have been left stranded in scoring position today for ICC. This pitch hit hard but foul. 1-2 now is the count. This one hit over the middle. It's going to drop for a base hit. 3rd hit of the day for Boatner. Well, Katie putting her name in the hat for our Sonic star of the game, as she is 3 for 3 with a trio of singles, a run scored, and a stolen base. And now we go back to the top of the lineup here, as this is going to be Hannah Henry. She is 2 for 2 on the day. She's been hit by a pitch. She scored a couple runs, and that one's going to get by for a base hit. Well, ICC getting it done at the top and bottom of the order today. Third hit of the afternoon there by Hannah Henry. And now ICC will have runners at first and second with no outs. And Mackenzie Patterson coming to the plate. Patterson is 0 for 2 with the walk. She lined out to left to end the third. So Mackenzie due here in game one. Swings on the first pitch she sees, fouls this one back, strike one. Try to see if we can find you a update on baseball here in a moment. Of course, we talk about those updates. It's the Renaissance Bank update. That one nearly hitting her as they throw down to first, not in time. Wren Lake winning 1-0. That's in the middle of the first inning. Or actually now is after one complete. So Wren Lake up 1-0. There after one complete in game one over on the Blue Channel. Patterson fouls this one back. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners on first and second after back-to-back singles from Boatner and Henry. Going to have to bring in some more softballs here after a few of those foul balls. This fifth inning once again being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. Follow them on Instagram at ICC Wesley. They meet on Tuesday nights and located right across the street from the Davis Event Center. That pitch up high, 2-2. Now is the count. Patterson swings on this one. It's going to drop and get past the outfielder. 1 run will score. They're going to ask 2 to score. Patterson will have a double. Clutch hit there off the bat of Patterson. ICC adds 2 more to the board. First hit of the day for Patterson, and it's a big one. As it scores Boatner and Henry, and ICC now takes a 7-2 lead. And now this will be Kara Hayes coming to the plate. Hayes is 1 for 2 on the day. She does have a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Stands in, takes that first pitch for a strike. She was robbed of a base hit by a great diving play by Jones. That was back in the second. Hayes swings on this one, fouls it back, out of play. 0-2 now is the count. She singled and was left stranded at third. That was back in the 4th inning. Fouls this one off, nice at bat. Finding a piece of those pitches to keep it alive here. 0-2 is the count here to Hayes. No outs, runner at second. That is Mackenzie Patterson, who doubled in a couple of runs. The left fielder was trying to hustle to the ball and make it over there in a hurry, and then it just happened to squeak by her. Ball grounded to the right side. Runner will advance to third. So a productive out off the bat of Hayes. 4-3 as Patterson advanced to third, and now this is going to bring up Caroline Clark. Clark nearly snuck one out of the ballpark in her previous at-bat as she doubled off the top of the fence. She's also had a 2-run single and another single. So she's 3 for 3 on the afternoon. Stands in, takes that one for a strike. Remind you, join us right back here on the Red Channel tomorrow at noon as ICC and Lansing out of Michigan will do battle. It'll be sophomore day here, so we'll honor our sophomores. That'll be between games. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner at third. Clark takes that one inside. 2-1 now is the count. ICC picking up a pair of insurance runs there off a 2-run double by Patterson, pushes the lead now 7-2. There's a rip and right at the shortstop. Hit it hard, but a nice play that time once again by Jones over at short to record the out. Just had her in the right spot at the right time there. 2 outs now in the inning. And this will be Haley Alberson. Alberson 0 for 3 on the day. Runner at third, 2 outs. Swings on this one out to the left side, and it's going to be a fair ball. Nope, caught it. Again, my view is blocked down that left side, so I saw the home plate umpire signal fair ball, but then he quickly showed out, so I think what he meant to show there. But either way it goes, fly out to left, ends the inning. But Patterson gets a 2-run double. ICC takes a 7-2 lead as we'll head to the top of the 6th, where to be the 1-2-3 batters due up for the Highlanders when we come back right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of severe vision loss in adults over the age of 50. Symptoms are gradual loss to see objects clearly. Objects appear distorted in shape. Darker empty areas appear in the center of your vision. In a comprehensive eye exam, your optometrist will perform a variety of tests to determine if you have macular degeneration. For questions or concerns, call Cagle Eye Center in Fulton at 862-EYES, providing professional comprehensive eye care to the people of Itawamba County and the surrounding areas. CagleEyeCenter.com.
Want to make a good living? Come learn a skill at Max Home. Upholstery trainees start at $15.50 an hour. Our upholsterers average $23 an hour and can make above $28 an hour on production. We're also offering a $500 sign-on bonus to experienced upholsterers. Max Home is hiring for all positions and is willing to train quality people. Max Home makes all their custom-built products in the USA. Join the best, train with the best, be the best. Max Home, Bolton, Mississippi, and Max Home, Sulligent, Alabama.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is what we anticipate, what we work for, what we want to improve. At Itawamba Community College, we offer the courses, pathways, and the training that can help turn your vision of tomorrow into a reality. So why wait? Your tomorrow can start today at Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a call to the bullpen here for the Indians as Emily Robinson will come in here. Got a round of applause from the ICC faithful. Of course, she had shoulder surgery back in December, so she has seen limited action this year. So much so she's only pitched 1 inning. So, or knee surgery, not shoulder surgery, knee surgery. Thank you. Gracie keeping me straight over there. I got to give credit to Gracie today. She's had her hands full. She's running the scoreboard. She's doing the PA. And she's been knocking it out of the park. We don't need Brother Chris anymore. We got Grace. Yeah. So the umpire getting all the substitutions in there, letting everybody know who's what, when, where, and why. Again, this call to the bullpen being brought to you by Tommy Morgan real estate agent Ricky Murphy. If you're getting ready to buy a home, maybe sell your home, give Ricky Murphy a call at 662-321-9824. That's 662-321-9824. I tell you what, I'm challenging somebody. Get on Facebook. Look him up. Tommy Morgan, real estate agent, Ricky Murphy. As that's going to be a leadoff single there. Just jammed her a little bit. Was able to fight that one off. And Cooper will start us off with the single. But to finish that thought, get on Facebook. Find Tommy Morgan, real estate agent, Ricky Murphy, traditional spelling of both. And tell him thank you for sponsoring today's action here on the ICC Sports Network. Ricky helped me find my home. Was able to go to bat for me and actually save me a good bit of money as well. So let Ricky do the same for you. And that one's going to be back-to-back hits now as the Highlanders are going to try to spark a rally here late in this one. Back-to-back singles. So now runners on first and second with no outs. That pitch across in there for a strike. And this was going to be hit but pulled foul. 0-2 now. So 0-2 is the count. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Nice job there by Rob to come back and get her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Fans, remember you can visit rewardsextra.com to learn more about Renaissance Bank's Rewards Extra checkings account. They offer things like roadside assistance, cell phone service or cell phone insurance, and over 400,000 discounts, along with all the great rates and friendly services there at Renaissance Bank. That's rewardsextra.com. So with one away now, this is going to be Bishop at the plate. Excuse me, that was Bishop at the plate. This is going to be Jones. Runners at first and second now. That's going to be a grounder left side. And that'll go for strike 1. 1-1 is the count. This one popped up. It's going to go back and land on the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Again, you can help support ICC softball by visiting iccms.edu/foundation. That's iccms.edu/foundation to join the Indian Club. 1-2 pitch coming from Rob. That one missing high and outside. 2-2 now is the count. Not a bad spot to miss to see if the runners might have been trying to go that time. So 2-2 now is the count. 1 out, runners at first and second. And this is Jones at the plate. Grounder up the middle. This could be a Little Caesars double play. No, they're just going to go for 1. And so now runners will be at second and third with 2 away. Jones grounds out 6-3 for those of you scoring at home. And here comes trouble. Harris had that solo home run. And now we're going to talk it over here. And so hold everything now. They're actually going to call interference. So there's 2 outs. No run. There's runner interference, I believe is what they call it. Or not runner interference. Yeah, runner interference. Is that one in there for a strike? So the runner that was at third, that's Cooper. She is out. And so Jones will reach in that situation. That just doesn't make sense to me right now. So that pitch missing high. 1-1 now is the count. Well, my thing is, if it's runner interference and they still got the runner out at first, should it not be a double play? So 1-1. That pitch in there for a strike. So now the count goes 1-2 with 2 outs. Runners on first and second here. That pitch missing low in the dirt. 2-2 now is the count. Rob in the pitch here in relief of Jenkins. Jenkins went 5 innings, gave up 2 runs. They were both earned. Jenkins, who was pitching, is now playing at first base. So that is going to be a Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works position change, with Jenkins now playing over at first base, replacing Rippey. 2-2 the count here on Harris. Swing and a miss for strike three. Big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout, second of the game for M-Rob, and that gets the Indians out of the inning with no damage done. Let's take a break, and let's hear from both Ricky Murphy and Renaissance Bank, and be back with more right after this.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, Roll Tribe!
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set here for the bottom of the 6th inning. This 6th inning being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. They're a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics, but even more proud supporter of Itawamba Community College and their local communities. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. So it'll be Madison Jenkins. And I believe Rippey. Yep, Rippey on deck. And then Connor Stevens due up here for the Indians in the bottom of the 6th. ICC leads it 7-2. Ground ball is going to be a foul ball. Well, clouds have moved back into the area. It's been a breezy afternoon here, but it hasn't stopped either team from putting the ball out of the ballpark. ICC with a couple of home runs, and Kelsey Harris with one for Gordon State. That pitch hangs up. 2-1 now is the count. So Jenkins will dig in. Big, healthy swing and a miss there as she was looking for her second home run of the day. Just couldn't quite time up that one. 2-2 now is the count here on Jenkins. Jenkins still in line for the win this afternoon, trying to improve to 4-0 on the season. And then that time just chases one high and outside for strike three. Nice job there by Kenna McElmurray, getting her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Try to give you some numbers on McElmurray after this pitch. As it drifts high for a ball. She has pitched 4 in the 3rd inning, has given up 10 hits, 7 runs, 5 of those earned. She has an 8.08 ERA. This one fouled back out of play. 1-1 now goes the count. Stevens on deck here for the Indians. One pitch. This one left side, and it's going to be foul. Just ahead of that one. Now the count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on here for the Indians. This one popped up right side, right fielder drifting back. Now we'll have to dance over a little bit. We'll squeeze it for out number 2. Again, not easy putouts when anything's hit high into the air today, especially to the outfield. As the ball was hit routinely, and she had to kind of dance close to about 3 to 4 yards to her left to be able to camp underneath it, as this is now Stevens at the plate, takes that first pitch for a ball. Stevens 0 for 2 on the day, has walked and stole a base. Rips this one right up the middle. That'll go for a base hit. Stevens, nice piece of batting there. As she'll reach with 2 outs, and this will bring up Katie Boatner. Boatner has been red hot today, folks. 3 for 3. She has stolen a base. She scored 2 runs. Swings on this one, and it's going to go foul. That one just foul. Indians up 7-2. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Game 1 with Gordon State here. This is a game that was added to the schedule after a couple of rainouts for ICC. Gordon State happened to be passing through and said, hey, we want to play. Throw down is in time. 2-4 to retire Stevens, and making an unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning there in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We head to the 7th. ICC 3 outs away from picking up Game 1 win here against Gordon State. Let's take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Bringing home the Batman calzone from Little Caesars might make you feel like Batman. But could you really be the Batman?
A little help here!
Never mind. But at least the new Batman calzone with a calzone crust will make you feel like you're a superhero. The Batman in theaters March 4th.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, as ICC trying to close the door on this one as they lead at 7-2 here as we head to the top of the 7th. Game 1 between the Indians and the Highlanders of Gordon State College out of Georgia. As this should be Thornton, Corley, and Mitchell due up. Robinson still in the circle here. Not a save situation yet. As this is Thornton at the plate. She's a catcher today. She's 1 of 2. She's got a single. Flew out to right to end the 4th. Fouls that one off. 0-1 is the count. That pitch drifts high for a ball. 1-1 now goes the count here on Thornton. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. We're in the top of the 7th here, game 1. That pitch high, gets away, nobody on base to do any damage. This one's ripped down the line, but foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one lifted, left side. Left fielder's going to give chase, and it's a foul ball. Well, at the conclusion of this game, we'll have our Renaissance Bank postgame report, and then we'll take you to the baseball broadcast going on the other side of campus, so you'll want to be sure and stay tuned for that as well. So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Imrob. Pitch is on its way. Grounder to the shortstop, finds it, throws it over, and that'll do it. 6-3 on the putout to retire Thornton. Nice pitch, nice job over there at short by Boatner. 1 away now.
Now batting number 11, Madeline Cochran.
New batter in here is going to be number 11. As that's Madeline Cochran coming in to bat. First time we'll see her get an AB today. She's batting in place of the right fielder, Taylor Corley. And so with 1 out and nobody on here, the Highlanders of Gordon State trying to spark a rally here in the top of the 7th with ICC leading 7-2. So Cochran will dig in here. Nobody on. That first pitch high for a ball. You see left side of the infield in, anticipating either a bunt or a slap hit in this situation. Swing and a miss there. Nice location on that pitch, low and outside. Cochran couldn't hold off on that one. Evens the count now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. That is the situation. Nobody on. Top of the 7th. ICC up in this one 7-2. Try to see if you couldn't get her to chase on that one. Good eye on the part of Cochran to hold off. 2-1 now is the count. This one fouled off. 2-2 now. We'll go the count here on Cochran. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Nobody on. Gordon State trailing this one 7-2 here in game 1. Rob's got a couple of Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Can she find her third here? And that one just inside. I think he kind of jammed up the umpire that time. A lot of ICC fans liking it. Looked pretty solid from up here. But at the end of the day, the guy wearing the blue shirt is all that matters, and I'm wearing a red one. So now the count goes full, 3-2. This one popped back and out of play, and we'll stay at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 7th. Gordon State trying to rally. Got to score 5 to push this one to extra frames. This one's going to be lifted, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Are they going to try to go for 2? Yes, they are. The throw in is in time. We'll credit her with a single. And then 8-4 on the putout. Well, they were rolling the dice trying to get someone in scoring position there, but didn't work out. As a good relay in, plenty of time. 8-4 on the putout. And now this will be Mitchell coming to the plate. She's reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to the first baseman in her previous at-bat. That pitch missing outside for a ball. Remind you, stay tuned. Renaissance Bank post-game report be coming your way once we wrap things up here in Game 1. That pitch in there for a strike. Evens things up now at 1-1. You can see highlights of this game and other games on our YouTube channel. Simply search Let's Go ICC. That's Let's Go ICC on YouTube. So that pitch just missing. 2-1 now is the count. So 2-1 with 2 outs and nobody on. Grounder right side, and that should do it. And it will. ICC picks up the Game 1 victory over Gordon State by the final score of 7-2. We'll take a timeout, come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report, and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Oh, I need to stop by the bank.
Why? You have a bank in your phone.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC takes the win here in Game 1 by the final score of 7-2. I want to remind everyone, visit rewardsextra.com to learn more about Renaissance Bank's Rewards Extra checking account. They offer things like roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, over 400,000 discounts, along with Renaissance great rates and friendly service, and so much more. That's rewardsextra.com. Let's take a look at a game recap being brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. The Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi is the preferred choice of orthopedic care. Stop by and visit them at 499 Gloucester Creek Village, or give them a call at 662-205-5282 to learn more. Well, it was the bottom of the second that got things going for the Indians on back-to-back home runs by Madison Jenkins and Rain Rippey. ICC plated 4 runs there in the bottom of the second. It was a 2-run single by Caroline Clark that capped out the scoring there in the second. So that is kind of the game breakdown. Also, nice pitching effort today combined between Madison Jenkins and Emily Robinson. Madison, she picks up the win with 5 strikeouts. M-Rob had 2 behind that, so 7 total strikeouts. Final line as we take a look at some Sonic stats. Fans, don't forget to download the Sonic app to get specials that aren't offered to the general public. So many great savings, we can't name them all. Melissa Dunn and all the fine folks at the Sonic here in Fulton are proud to sponsor ICC Athletics. And don't forget, it's always happy hour thanks to the Sonic app. Scoring for Gordon State, it was 0-1-0, 1-0-0-0, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. For ICC, 1 run in the first, 4 in the second, none in the third or the fourth, 2 runs in the fifth and then no runs in the 6th. ICC left both bases loaded twice in the game. ICC 7 runs, 14 hits, no errors. For Gordon State, it was Rebecca Cooper. She was 1 for 3 with a single. Rebecca Graham had a nice day. She was 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. She was caught trying to steal first. Kayla Bishop was 0 for 3 with a pair of Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Kenzie Jones reached on a fielder's choice in that final at bat when they called runner interference. So she was 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Kelsey Harris, she was 1 for 3 with a solo home run with an RBI and a run scored, of course. She also struck out twice. Jaden Thornton was 1 for 3 with a single. Taylor Corley was 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Cochran was 1 for 1 when she singled but was thrown out trying to turn that into a double. Chandler Mitchell was 0 for 3, but she did reach on a fielder's choice and have an RBI. Kaylee Hoseman, she was 0 for 2 with a strikeout. For ICC, well, we've got a lot of players we could pick and choose from this afternoon for our our Samstown Market star of the game. Hannah Henry's one of those. She was 3 for 3 and was hit by a pitch. She scored 3 runs and stole a base. Mackenzie Patterson, she had a 2-run double. She was 1 for 3 with a walk. Kara Hayes was 1 for 3 with a single and a sacrifice fly that turned into an RBI. Caroline Clark had a nice day. She was 3 for 4 with a double. She drove in 2 runs, also had a pair of singles on the afternoon. Haley Alberson was 0 for 4. Madison Jenkins, we talked about her getting the win. She improves to 4-0 on the year. She had a solo home run to start the second inning. She was 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Rain Rippey was 1 for 3 with a solo home run. She also walked. Connor Stevens was 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. And Katie Boatner was 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. We're going to go with co-stars of the game, and it got it done in the top and the bottom part of the lineup in Hannah Henry and Katie Boatner, both combined for 6 of the 14 hits for the Indians this afternoon. They also scored 5 of the 7 runs as well. Our Samstown Market star of the games there, Hannah Henry and Katie Boatner. Sam Ferris and the rest of the crew at Samstown Market proudly serves some of the best meat and produce around the Northeast Mississippi area, along with a wide variety of specialty items. Stop by and visit Samstown Market, located at 3325 North Highway 371, right in the heart of Manatee. That's Samstown Market there in Manatee. Also find them on Facebook. Let them know you appreciate today's broadcast at Samstown Market. And I'll tell you, if I didn't have a ball game tomorrow, I'd be making my way to Samstown to get some of his specials that he's got going on this weekend as well. Well, that's going to do it here for Game 1. ICC picks up the 7-2 win. We're going to take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to let you check out the baseball game going on over there on the other side of the field. And then we'll come back in roughly about 15 or 20 minutes with the start of Game 2 here on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to get me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.